The public unveiling of and the procession for the Ireichō took place on September 24th, 2022 at the Japanese American National Museum before it opened to the public the next day. The Ireichō is a sacred book containing the names of over 125,000 imprisoned persons of Japanese ancestry during the war. The book is the first part of the Irei, National Monument for the World War II Japanese American Incarceration, a project meant to combat the erasure of those incarcerated during World War II.
I think our effort to try to do this project of making sure nobody's left out and also not misspelled or inaccuracies of a names list, I think was important in the sense that back in World War II, a whole community, was targeted and then rounded up and put in these and kind of excised from the American landscape in a way that was a little bit different than how German nationals and Italian nationals also were picked up, but treated as individuals. Each person given a parole hearing. So the difference was we had little babies and infirm grandmothers and U.S. citizens, and it didn't matter as long as you had a drop of Japanese blood, you were kind of taken out from 9066.
According to Williams, the names of many incarcerated people were not documented accurately. He and a team of researchers made an effort to record every name in the Ireichō without spelling errors. The massive book contains the first comprehensive list of every person who was imprisoned in the camps, from the oldest camper admitted to the last baby born before the sites closed. As the book sits on display at the Japanese American Museum, the public will be asked to use a hanko, a special Japanese stamp, to mark next to one of the names as a way to honor those imprisoned. During the September 24th ceremony, dozens of formerly incarcerated people and loved ones of the incarcerated marched in formation out of the Go for Broke National Education Center and into the Japanese American National Museum. Multiple marchers held up fence panels, each donning the name of one of the 75 American incarceration camps that imprisoned Japanese Americans during World War II. Each panel was attached to a small container of soil from each site. Along with representatives from each camp who traveled from all around the U.S., multiple faith leaders and cultural leaders showed up in the spirit of allyship to celebrate the project. Buddhist monks chanted as each representative witnessed the book and placed their panels in a long row, memorializing each camp. Some of the oldest living camp survivors were present and bore witness to the book, as well as stamped next to their own names. Many representatives and their loved ones held photos of their family members and friends who had passed. Viewers shed silent tears as they beheld the thousands of names etched into the monument. Community elders were the first invited to mark the book with the hanko, followed by all of the older representatives present prior to public access.
Racial karma in America that we need to attend to and repair and heal, and that these fractures in our nation's past need us collectively to do something. It can't just be one group or one, and we need everybody to participate in acknowledging and honoring this history. And we do this, in this case, by honoring names, of giving individuals that were kind of merged together as this kind of amorphous threat to national security, and they weren't given their personhoods. And I think the idea of giving their names prominence in this way is a way to repair that history.